This is Robert Langdon.
I teach symbology.
The suspect called him.
From the author of the Da Vinci Code.
He wants me to locate an ancient portal.
We have to finish this, or my dad is dead.
Dan Brown's The Lost Symbol. Streaming now with new episodes every Thursday. Only on Peacock.
Domain names from GoDaddy.com are up to 70% less than the competition. Plus, each domain includes free hosting with a website builder, a free blog, complete email, and much more. Plus, as a MuggleCast listener, enter code MUGGLE when you check out and save an additional 10% on any order. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Get your piece of the internet today at GoDaddy.com. Because we all got some candy in our bellies, this is MuggleCast episode 61 for October 31st, 2006. Halloween edition. Welcome to MuggleCast Halloween edition. Ooh. Hey guys, what's with this new music?
It's sweet.
I like it. I like it very much.
I like it a lot.
I like it too.
Laura, I like it more than you.
Bass line.
Yeah. Hey Andrew, did you use your half a watt amp amplifier to record that?
Yes, I used my small little amp to produce this bass.
For all people listening, Andrew
bass.
in his room has an amp that is literally the size of a sort of cell phone. It's absolutely tiny. Well, it's a bit bigger.
A cell phone?
Yeah,
Alright, I think you're exaggerating.
I'm exaggerating very, very slightly.
What
very
did I say
slightly.
about it? I said something.
It was a... You said that it was a 1 watt amp, which is a bit of a high estimate, I think, Ben, really.
Guys,
1
come
watt.
on, it's like 10. Give me a break. I'm gonna
exactly.
buy a new one. Sorry, it came with the guitar. Okay, it's
Hey.
a practice amp.
That's pretty hardcore stuff, Andrew.
We have a special Halloween show for everyone today, including some hot gossip on Laura Mallory that's gonna get everyone.
Yeah. This is steaming hot gossip.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's gonna be like, hey, gossip, I love gossip. We also hope you're enjoying our new intro music. Take that as a no. I'm Andrew Sims.
I'm Ben Shane.
I'm Jamie Lawrence.
I'm Laura Thompson.
And I'm Micah Tannenbaum.
And now over to Micah Tannenbaum for the past week's top Harry Potter news stories.
Oh, really? Good thing I'm not working down there today, but the rest of the transcribers. Oh. Well, good luck. Goblet of Fire has received 2 nominations, Best Feature Film and BAFTA Kids Vote, in this year's Children's BAFTA Awards. The award ceremony will take place on November 26th in London. HBO has opened a contest where you can win tickets to the Order of the Phoenix U.S. premiere next July, including $500 in spending money and transport plus accommodation. This contest is only open to U.S. residents. To enter, head over to MuggleNet.com. And while you're over there, be sure to check out MuggleShop.com for all your Harry Potter merchandise needs. With thousands of products to choose from, if you can't find a Harry Potter product there, either it doesn't exist, it's a dumb product idea, or we're just not allowed to sell it. I'm glad I get paid by the advertisement. Speaking of, we're proud to announce the first ever book written by MuggleNet staff is now available for pre-order for only $11.85 through our partner Olivans. The book is titled What Will Happen in Harry Potter 7? Who lives? Who dies? Who falls in love? And how will the adventure finally end? Our fully customizable Order of the Phoenix countdown is now available. You can change the countdown to your country's release date. More countries and dates will be added as they become available. Speaking of the 5th movie, Empire Magazine's latest edition included a 3-page spread where director David Yates spoke about the length of the film. He said the book's huge, but it actually distills quite easily. That said, I've shot a movie that's probably over 3 hours, so I'll have to lose 45 minutes in the edit. Blasphemy. Yates also discusses Imelda Staunton and Ivana Lynch. Finally, We Love the Royal Family's Son, a special program about the royal family sitcom, aired this past week on BBC One, and Joe Rowling made a guest appearance. We have a video available for you online. That's all the news for this October 31st, 2006, Halloween edition of MuggleCast. Be sure to check out the Halloween layout on MuggleNet.com. Back to the show.
All right, thank you, Micah.
You're welcome.
We're going to try something new this week. We are going to talk about the news a little bit because it's a good way to keep the show a little fresh week to week, and this way we can have a chance to gossip about the latest Harry Potter stories, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
So one of the big stories this week was a new interview with David Yates where he said that there was going to be a good 45 minutes of film that they shot that is going to have to be cut.
He was talking specifically about his length, which I always like it when men talk about length, because really, when you can't really talk about a film, review a film if it's too long or too short. I think you've got to keep them into certain categories. Like, there's more that can be packed into a 4 or 5 hour film, so it's impossible to compare it with a 1 hour film because it's completely different. The plot's different. You can have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and then more in a 4 hour film, whereas you can't really in a 1 hour film.
That could be said about a lot of things, but I mean, with
definitely.
with the movie, why is WB so concerned about keeping it at about 2.5 hour range? Because that really seems to be what
encourages more people to go out and watch it. I mean,
and it's continuity.
Parents don't want to take their kids to a film that's going to be over 3 hours long.
Yeah,
because it's going to be like, oh
kids
geez, there's no way he's going to sit through this, and oh geez, I don't want to put up with him this long. So
I guess, but I mean, and then you look at Titanic and that movie.
But Titanic wasn't geared. They weren't trying to gear that towards children.
No, but adults sat through the whole thing.
Adults, not kids.
Yeah.
Well, don't you think kids would sit through the Harry Potter film? I thought the concern was that the parents would not want to sit through it.
No, I think.
And granted, they probably wouldn't.
Well, I mean, think about it. A 5-year-old. I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting through a 3.5, 4 hour movie.
And also, it's like when it goes into a 4 or 5 hour movie, it turns into a new thing. Like, the third Lord of the Rings is known for being a long film, or there's one film I can't remember what it is that's like 6 hours, and then it becomes known for being so long instead of being known as a film. Yeah. For an example, Gone with the Wind, it's like 3 hours 50 minutes or something, and that isn't a film; it's a marathon film.
Not to mention, the longer the movie is, the more people are going to expect for it to contain, from the books, little facts that would have normally been left out, and we know that directors, especially. I can't believe I forgot his name. Goblet of Fire director.
Mike Newell.
Mike Newell.
Laurie, you called yourself a fan.
Totally slipped my mind. But for instance, he said that the big theme in this one was the boarding school kind of element to it.
Yeah.
So he took those pieces, and Alfonso Cuarón said that the big theme in Prisoner of Azkaban was Harry.
Was shrunken heads.
Was the Whomping Willow.
Was Harry transforming from a child into a teenager. So they're just picking out the main story element that they want the movie to focus around.
Do you know, I think it's funny when people speak and I do think this movie is incredibly important for the character development and how the plot progresses. When I watch a film, I just watch it. I don't think about these things.
Right. You want entertainment.
Exactly. I've never ever thought about the development of the characters as a whole and their personal struggle against the forces of evil.
Yeah, but the thing is,
watch it.
If the character,
Jamie,
the character development is good, then that makes the movie entertaining.
So back to what David Yates was saying about that he's recorded a 3 hour film, so he's going to have to cut 45 minutes of it, which for the non-mathematically inclined among you mean that it should be a 2 hour 15 minutes.
Now that's stupid. Throw in an extra 15.
Yeah, I think they would go for 2.5. I mean, and granted, maybe WB will finally pull the stick out of their butt and say, hey, maybe let's just go for 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours would be okay.
I think they're going to have to eventually. I mean...
No, why would they? Why would they? If Order of the Phoenix is the longest book
with the final book?
so far.
Yeah, but book 7, Ben, it's going to be huge, and there's going to be an epilogue and stuff.
Well, it's not going to be the biggest book.
I mean, Ben's right. Well, just because it's not the biggest book doesn't mean the content wouldn't.
You have to send it off properly.
Time.
Yeah,
you have to send it off properly. Just imagine the ending.
Well, no, they're going to make as many cuts as possible to make it 2.5 hours. That's what I think.
Yeah, but if you're going to sit through a 2.5-hour film, wouldn't you sit through a 3-hour film? It isn't like you're going to...
Not necessarily. It's like there's a radio, like with anything, there's like a standard. For example, with the radio, like the amount of time is like 3 minutes 30 seconds. Like that's like the average length for a radio song. Like anything past that is considered too long.
Yeah.
So like even if it's 4 minutes. So if you have a movie that's 3 hours, some people aren't going to like sitting through that last 30 minutes.
No, I guess, yeah.
But I think we all agreed, though, with Goblet of Fire, it was very fast-paced through that entire time. It wasn't like felt like you were really sitting there.
Especially the opening. They rushed through all that. I mean, the Quidditch World Cup, mainly. I mean, that was the biggest thing. But there were a lot of cuts in that were kind of obvious, too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with
Fan of
Jamie.
the book.
I think, what's the real difference? If you're there for 2.5 hours, who cares if you're there for, 25 more minutes?
Well, that's also coming from our point of view. We're Harry Potter dorks. It's sad to say, but I don't think that they're only thinking about appealing to the book fans. They're thinking about general audiences, too.
They can't think about the book fans because of... I mean, if you think about just the fans in general, what do they want? A longer movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they'll sit through... Well,
what's it about?
I mean,
what's it
it's
about?
Entertaining.
Okay. Is it about pleasing the fans, or is it about...
Or making money.
Or boosting the bottom line?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about both. It's
true.
a combination of both.
It is, but like you know, WB does not give priority to the fans.
No, of course not.
Like you look at Lord of the Rings, there's extended versions of the movie, like on the special 2-disc DVD, and you get the whole thing. They really what was the director?
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson. He really did care about the fans.
Oh yeah,
and that's why a lot of people did love his work on the films. But then again, there's a different director for each of these films, and it's really up to WB how much goes in. So, with that said, can we expect to see this all on the DVD? Because that would really be the way to pay the fans back.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, like 45 minutes of content. That's a lot for.
Well, how much?
deleted scenes.
Do we know how much extra footage there was for? Like
God of Fire?
Yeah, God of Fire or Prisoner of Azkaban.
What, like 20 minutes worth, maybe?
I think the DVD that had the most extra footage was the Chamber of Secrets one. There were a lot of extra scenes included on the Chamber of Secrets DVD, but it doesn't amount to 45 minutes, and none of the other DVDs did.
Yeah. I was pretty happy with the Goblet of Fire DVD. That had a lot of extra bonus features, like a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff.
But seriously, though, I think I heard somewhere that any extra footage they film that was originally going to go in the movie that they cut out actually does make it to the DVD.
Okay.
That's I think I remember saying.
In other news, I wanted to bring up this story because I really want to know the answer to my question. Prisoner of Azkaban aired on ABC the other day. And, some people... Does anyone care? Does anyone watch it? Like the fans? Because it seems
why?
like...
You've got the DVD.
Well, people have it on DVD.
I actually watched it last night.
Really? Well...
I did.
You're a dork. People...
And some people...
I just don't see, like...
You can afford the DVD.
No, I mean,
true.
I tend to watch it more when it's on HBO, just because commercials and things like that. But a lot of times ABC puts on deleted scenes, and I don't have any of the DVDs with deleted scenes, so...
Oh, okay.
I'll watch for that more than anything else.
It doesn't seem like it's worth posting on MuggleNet because all the people on the site are hardcore fans, and chances are they watched it a few days prior to when it's airing anyway. And and like you look in the comments of the news post, people are like, who cares?
Well, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
We should look up the ratings, the Nielsen ratings, see what.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Last night was a big deal because it was sponsored by Aragon. And I think that's...
Oh, was there Aragon stuff?
Yeah.
I'm sure Shirtugal.com is going all out.
I have a question, and I don't want to make any of our friends over at Shirtugal angry, but who thinks that the Aragon poster is kind of a big rip-off of the Goblet of Fire one?
What is it?
Well, haven't you seen it?
I might have. I forget. Is it just a big E?
No. It's like all of them standing around... And it looks...
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
It's exactly like the Goblet of Fire poster.
Well, of course, they want all the Harry Potter dorks to come out and see it. It's the next great adventure film. It's not what they're calling it, but I'm sure that's what they're trying to market it to be. I mean, other than that, it was a pretty slow news week. But there was one news item that got posted on MuggleNet and nowhere else, Ben.
Oh. Which one?
Yeah, it's a book. Have you heard of it? We wrote it a few months
the
ago.
Book. Have you heard of the book?
Oh, yeah,
Ben?
that one. Go out and buy it. MuggleNet.com's What Will Happen in Harry Potter 7. Who lives, who dies, who falls in love, and how the adventure finally ends. The book was written by myself, Jamie, Emerson, Gretchen, and Andy. So go check it out. I mean, you can pre-order it from Olivon's. The book won't actually be on shelves in your local Barnes & Noble and or Border store until late November or early December. So you can pick up a copy.
Is there
then.
some sort of money back guarantee I can get if you guys are way off on your predictions?
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Just yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But also something else. Go check out
You
MuggleNet
might
now.
need
We
it.
have a. Speaking of Order of the
Yay.
Phoenix, we added our new Order of the Phoenix countdown.
Woo!
So go ahead and go download that.
And
Go pick that
I'm
up.
pumped.
Muggle Shop.
We
too,
also have
where
a
you can-
Halloween layout. And with the holiday season approaching, you can use MuggleNet.com's new Harry Potter store called Muggle Shop. It has every Harry Potter item. For each purchase you make, we earn a commission. It goes towards supporting the podcast, the site, everything. So, yeah, go purchase your Harry Potter related Christmas items there.
Speaking of purchasing, if you do want to help support MuggleCast, you can also purchase a MuggleCast t-shirt. We've also learned, guys, that we will only be able to sell the MuggleCast t-shirts until January 1st.
So now's the time
if
to
you're
pick those
thinking
up.
about it, yeah, now is the time to buy. And we're not kidding. Once we have to be finished selling them.
Yeah, sales
on
will be
first.
discontinued.
Yeah, we
There you
aren't
have
kidding.
Also, don't forget to vote for us on Podcast Alley. We appreciate everyone's vote over there to keep everyone in the podcast community reminded that we pawn at life.
Pawn?
Podcasting. Yes, we pawn. PWN?
That's
That's
not how you
pwn.
Do not
say it.
speak
That
leet.
is pwn.
It's pwn.
No, we here in New Jersey say pawn.
No.
You mean
definitely
just
say
you,
pwn.
Edgy?
A pawn is
no.
a chess piece, Andrew.
No crap.
We queen and castle and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously, you just made another flub. Now you're embarrassed again.
No, I'm serious. Everyone says
No, they
pawn. I
don't.
didn't
You're
know.
lying.
Pawn.
I've been there.
Okay,
No one's ever
whatever.
said pawn.
Moving on, as we announced last week, we will probably be at Prophecy. We can't officially announce anything yet. They've asked us to not start, going at it just yet. But we've been getting a lot of emails about it, asking if we are going to be there, and it looks like we will go. Maybe not a live podcast, but we will be there.
Are we doing a podcast?
Probably.
I'm not sure
But
yet.
we can't guarantee anything yet. Yeah. We have a rebuttal for everyone now, and then we'll get into some fun Halloween discussion and our discussion on ghosts this week, created by Micah. This rebuttal comes from Miranda of Idaho. I wholeheartedly agree with Laura that the Department of Mysteries will play a big role in Book 7. As a matter of fact, I think the Department of Mysteries and the Love Room will play the huge role as the setting of the final battle between Harry and Voldemort, with Harry utilizing the power within the room to overcome Voldemort. Even though Harry wasn't able to open the door in Order of the Phoenix, he has to be one of the few people who could actually enter the Love Room, full of what Dumbledore described as, quote, the most beautiful and terrifying power, end quote, because of his mother's love and his ability to love. It makes sense for the one thing that saved Harry in the first place, love, to once again save him, and it being the first thing that brought Voldemort's downfall also be his final demise. Truly, the only thing that Voldemort doesn't understand, obviously, is the ancient magic of love, and since Lily's unprecedented love for Harry was only enough to save her child and rip Voldemort from his body, it will take even stronger love, such as that in the room, in order to actually kill him. Love the show, and Ben, you're my favorite.
Aww.
Clearly, this girl is nuts.
Shut up.
It's a good point brought by Miranda of Idaho. Everyone?
Thank you,
Yes?
Miranda.
I don't know if I agree with the final battle taking place there, though.
Well, I don't know if that'll happen, but
I do think that's a bit of a stretch.
but I think that Harry's gonna be there for some reason.
You think he's going to study there, don't you? That's your big thing.
Yes, I don't think he's gonna go and open up a notebook and start taking notes. But
he's going to
I
go
think
there
he's gonna
at
go
some
there.
point.
Yeah, of course he has to.
Where do you guys think the final battle will take place?
Not
think
at
it take place-
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Not at Hogwarts. Oh
I
my
think it
god.
should.
No, every bad
Why not,
fan
Laura?
fiction I've ever read in my whole life, they have the final battle take place at Hogwarts, and then first years are out fighting Death Eaters. It's ridiculous. No.
I think it should be at Godric's Hollow.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. You guys want a cool Azkaban fact?
Sure.
In the movie Order of the Phoenix, it is on a waterfall cliff. Did we say that at the live podcast?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's on a waterfall cliff, and it's in the shape of a V. No, an A. But it looks like a V. It's really cool. So, since it is our Halloween show, we're going to have a little talk about what we've done with Halloween in the past. Right, Jamie?
Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about what we did for Halloween as children, or what we do now if we still like trick-or-treating and enjoy it. So, let's do it. Andrew, what did you do?
Does anyone still trick-or-treat right now?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do.
Just want to...
My kid does.
My mom won't let me.
I can't be up past 8.
Out of curiosity, when did you guys stop trick-or-treating? For me, it was 5th grade.
Oh, geez. I stopped like 2 or 3... No. What was it? 8th grade, I think I stopped.
I
don't know. I woke up one morning, I was like, I'm not going trick-or-treating this year. It's lame.
I think it was probably 8th grade.
How'd you guys remember?
It's
you
like sad.
Well, we know Micah's answer. Jamie, do you still trick-or-treat? Well, do they even have Halloween over there?
Yes, they do. But I have a confession to make. I haven't ever trick-or-treated ever in my life. Nor have I dressed up for Halloween. I just never ever seen the attraction, to be honest, of going out.
Even when you were in 3rd grade, you were like, this isn't cool?
Oh, yeah. I was only interested in sort of nuclear physics and maths back then. I didn't like this.
Oh, seriously? You never dressed up?
No, yeah, I just didn't see the attraction of it. I just thought, in the freezing cold, going out asking for candy, and most people are mean, so they don't give you good candy, They just give you something.
How do you know if you've never done it?
Well, because I have a very pessimistic view of the world, Andrew. Everybody's mean.
Okay.
Everyone only cares about themselves, that stuff.
You guys know that they don't really have Halloween in Australia?
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting to know.
So yeah, just never done it. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll find it the most thrilling thing in the world ever. Perhaps.
I know I used to. What was the goofiest Halloween costume anyone is dressed up as? How about you, Micah?
Goofiest was probably in college, dressing up as the Royal Tannenbaums.
Oh, do you have a picture of that?
I do, actually.
Any chance we could use it as our album art for this week's show?
This week?
Sure.
So it can appear on millions of iPods around the globe.
You want to see me dressed up as Gene Hackman, though?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's my biggest fantasy. I dream about it every night.
Man.
I would have to say I was an Eminem one year, and that was kind of weird.
Okay, you were Eminem or an Eminem?
An Eminem, I said.
Oh, I thought you
were Eminem. Like,
no, I said an
Andrew,
Eminem.
that's why I asked you if you carried a chainsaw around with you. Because he carries a chainsaw. I didn't realize you had... Oh my god, that must have sounded so weird.
No, I wasn't the rapper. Why would I be Eminem the rapper?
Because that's an actual Halloween costume.
Andrew,
it is. I've never seen someone dress up as Eminem.
What did you think I meant?
Anything's a costume.
How old were you when you were an Eminem?
3rd grade.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, if you were older than that would
How old is 3rd grade?
You realize the avatars now, right?
Yeah.
Like Andrew's head on Eminem.
Whatever. If someone does that, I'll just put the picture up of me dressed as an Eminem. I don't care.
How old is 3rd grade?
7 or 8.
Andrew, what did you think I meant when I said, did you bring a chainsaw with you?
I thought you were joking because it would be a candy M&M and a chainsaw, so it would be kind of funny.
Yeah, I honestly didn't get it either yesterday. I was like, what's he doing?
I thought you meant Eminem.
Eminem does not carry around a chainsaw.
Eminem does, though. Eminem.
No, he
yes, he does. There's a picture of him with like a mask on, holding a chainsaw.
A picture?
Yeah. That means he has done it. Hence, he has done it before. Therefore.
Alright, I guess so.
Now, JB, do you still plan to steal candy?
Yes, I'm not going to be nice
Halloween?
to anyone. I think my pessimistic view of the world is true, that everyone's mean, so I'm not going to completely disappoint myself. I'm going to be mean as well. I'm going to steal everything. I'm going to drop kick pumpkins. I'm going to take off costumes and throw them in the garbage can.
So, continuing with our cute little Halloween theme here, we're going to talk about ghosts at Hogwarts, because there are quite a few of them. And we've never really talked about them much at all. We've talked about Peeves once or twice. We've probably had a little discussion about Nearly Headless Nick and Moaning Myrtle, but never really had a full discussion on all of the ghosts. Isn't that right, Micah?
That is right, Andrew. Ghosts at Hogwarts. Each house has a ghost. So what characteristics do you guys think that a house ghost has that links them to a particular house.
I
based
think
on
it
what
was
we've seen.
the house they were in when they went to school.
Is that always the house that they were?
I think it probably is.
That they represent.
Why would? Okay, if Nearly Headless Nick were a Ravenclaw, why would he be the Gryffindor ghost?
What
That makes no sense.
That is very true. So yeah,
I think the Bloody Baron was a Hufflepuff in that case.
Yeah.
No, so Nearly Headless Nick was a
Obviously.
brave young lad. That could explain why he is nearly headless, folks.
And the Fat Friar was...
Maybe Harry's going the same way.
How do they become house ghosts? Is there a selection process?
Yeah, you apply. Fill in a form and send it off, and then they say yes,
I
and you
hate
get
these
killed.
questions
I
that
don't
we can't
think
even
so.
answer. I mean, there's like...
Yeah.
It's all just conjecture. There's nothing to back it up.
The entire show's conjecture. Jo is going to answer it in Book 7, so we should...
How do you know?
Because she said she will.
Did she?
No.
Yeah, she did. She said there'll be more information on why people become ghosts and why they choose that path. Because as Nearly Headless
But
Nick
not why they
says
become
in Book
house
5,
ghosts.
No, but
It's
ghosts
different.
in general. Ghosts in general.
Oh.
Maybe they become house ghosts because they do some sort of service to the school.
Yes, that could be it.
That
Maybe because they
headmaster
chose
wanted
to
to
stay at the
recognize.
school.
Well, right, but
If they're going to stay at the school, then...
No, but if I want to turn into a ghost, if I want to be a ghost and I want to stay at the school, that automatically makes me a house ghost. We're talking about the house ghost here, just the
Okay,
one.
well, if they have to do some kind of special service, I doubt the Bloody Baron is exactly considered a
You don't
genuinely
know
nice
that.
guy.
Tom Riddle did a special service to the school.
Yeah, but it's not everyone who does a special service. It's just... Do you think... See, I was planning on saying, do you think when the house ghost dies, he gets replaced by another one, but can they retire or not? Can they say, well, screw this, I don't want to do this anymore, and then go? Or are they tied down by a
I don't
contract?
think they
Well,
can.
what else, Laura, do you think could possibly, what lets them become a house ghost? There's only one per house. That's the point. And, I mean, they're probably there forever.
Yeah, but
I
I don't think that they're specified as the house ghost. I think that's just how they're known to the students. There's probably more than one ghost per house. It's just the
there
only
are
ones
loads
we
of
see.
ghosts. Yeah, but that's a point.
It's not
Andrew,
like it's not like Dumbledore runs around saying they're your ghost prefects or whatever. They're just ghosts that happen to live in the houses.
I guess so.
Yeah. It's like there've got to be more than sort of 5-6 ghosts at the entire school. That just.
But even so, wanting to stay at Hogwarts, that has to be a decision that's
Yeah.
up to the headmaster. And I would think you would have to have been a great student at the school in order, for Dumbledore or whoever to say, you can stay in my school.
Is it up to Dumbledore though? Do you really think he has that much control over the school?
The current headmaster?
Peeves is in the school, and it doesn't seem like it's too easy to get rid of him.
Well, that's because Dumbledore wants to keep him around. They've
exactly.
No,
There's a
I
reason.
think
No,
that...
no.
I
Dumbledore won't oust him. They've said that.
Of course,
several
that's
times.
true,
He
yeah.
will.
I know, but I mean, I don't think that Dumbledore can tell a ghost to get out of his school.
Of course he can.
I mean,
He's so powerful, it's
yes, he
ridiculous.
could.
Well, he can
could.
say it, but he can't make it happen.
Of course he can. He can. Laura, he can do anything. He can do absolutely
I'm not
anything,
saying I
Dumbledore.
know it for sure. I'm saying, yeah, he can do absolutely everything except stop himself from getting killed.
Oh, but he wanted to die, so it's fine.
Looking at some of the house ghosts specifically, Nearly Headless Nick, Gryffindor, he died on Halloween, October 31st, 1492. And this is something interesting I found out, and I didn't know this, but his day that he died is actually the basis for the entire timeline in the Harry Potter series. Did you guys know that?
What do you mean?
He means that 1492 is when he died, okay? And he celebrates his 500th death day in Chamber of Secrets at Halloween, which means that that Chamber of Secrets takes place in 1992, which also means that Philosopher's Stone takes place in 1991, and Harry's parents were attacked by Voldemort in 1981. And that forms the basis for the entire timeline of the films. Sorry, of the
Oh yeah, I'm
books.
not a big fan of
See.
doing that.
The timeline thing?
Yeah, that makes any sense.
Yeah. Some people put a lot of speculation on, like, the timelines. Like, there's that one theory about the missing day in between when Harry's parents were killed and when Dumbledore took Harry to
Well,
the Dursleys.
timeline or not, that day was missing. I mean, if you think about it, the Potters were killed Halloween night, and Harry didn't show up at the Dursleys till the next night.
I mean, that could just be that he had him at Hogwarts for a day to figure out what the heck they were going to do with Harry.
But Dumbledore didn't take Harry. Hagrid did.
All right, so Hagrid took him back to the school, and then Dumbledore, tried to figure out what to do. I mean, that's a big decision where you're going to leave that kid. And didn't Dumbledore say he was trying to get in contact with relatives, and that's the only one he could find?
I don't think so. I think that they knew that those were his only living relatives, but...
Yeah, well, I mean...
And it's not like he exactly warned them before he left Harry on their doorstep.
Right, yeah. I mean, so that's a big decision. I think people need to stop going crazy over that. Oh, what happened in the one day? It's all wrong. It just doesn't...
I don't think it's wrong. I think that if there's an extra day in there for a reason, it's not anything she did wrong. It's something else that...
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, people are like, explain it. But
yeah,
there's a million explanations.
I don't think it's a screw up, essentially.
I don't think so either.
Well, Halloween does seem to play a big role in the series, in all the different books, for the most part. Do we want to talk a little bit about some of the other events that have occurred?
Why don't we just finish talking about Nearly Headless Nick and talking about when Harry went to speak to him at the end of Order of the Phoenix. What do we think of that, if we can remember? He went to ask him if Sirius could come back, and, well, one of the things that happened was he asked him if Sirius could come back, and he said he will not choose that path. And Harry said, why? Of course he will. He wants to see me again. Of course he will. And then he said, no, he won't, which makes me think that perhaps there's a huge price to pay when you choose to become a ghost, because it means you can come back, but there's got to be something else you can't do, like love or something like that, maybe, and that's why Sirius wouldn't come back. Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah. So yeah,
maybe he just wouldn't want to see Harry
through the eyes of a ghost.
Yeah. And the relationship would never be the same, I don't think.
Well, maybe
it's not like
maybe it has something to do with once you become a ghost, you can never you're always going to exist. You know what I mean? That makes sense for that to be the sacrifice.
Well, that's pretty much what Nick said. He said that it was just, kind of a pale existence, that it was basically mimicking the existence they once had. They just sort of got to watch from the sidelines, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that's true.
Also, you limit, and let's not react in a bad way to this, you limit the physical interaction that there can be. And I don't think that's serious.
Can ghosts interact with other ghosts?
Yeah, they Peeves.
They do all the time.
No, I mean physically.
Yep.
In their own physical sense, because
shake hands.
Yeah, or can they touch each other? Not in a bad way, but I'm talking about how Nearly Headless Nick. This may be a movie thing, but his head falls off, and then he reaches up and he pulls it back.
Well, of course you got to be able to control yourself. Well, I guess if you could touch yourself and you're a ghost, then you could probably touch other ghosts.
All right, the Bloody Baron. How do you guys think the Bloody Baron died?
He got hacked to pieces, considering all the blood on him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Or he slipped over at a blood factory and banged his head on the ground and died, and then that's why all
Well, whose or what blood do you guys think is on him? It's described as being silvery. Do you think it belongs to a unicorn?
I think it's silvery just because he's a ghost.
Yeah.
I mean, they're white and transparent. I think the blood's just silvery because of the composition of a ghost's body.
All right, Laura. So how can he keep Peeves under control?
Because he's scary as...
Yeah, obviously there's something about him that scares Peeves.
Just like Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Meaning Dumbledore can also keep him. Well, then what do you think it is about him that scares him?
I mean, yeah, what can the Bloody Baron do to Peeves?
No, he can... I mean, if it goes back to us talking about that ghosts can touch, then clearly it could be something physical he could do to Peeves.
So, the Fat Friar, how do you guys think he died?
He doesn't seem particularly interesting, the Fat Friar, does he? He just,
no.
He's trying to...
No,
yeah. But as it says here... what I mean is, I have a point. He tries to get Peeves invited to the opening feast in Sorcerer's Stone, and so he seems to be extremely forgiving, and he doesn't care. He's just happy-go-lucky. Why is he like that? Do you think it represents the
he's a
the
Hufflepuff.
house? Well, yeah. What?
Yeah.
So he's yeah.
Yeah, it definitely represents.
Well, maybe he was too trusting in his life,
in his
and
previous
that's why he
life.
got killed.
Bit like Dumbledore.
Yeah.
So you're saying
Good
Dumbledore's a
speculation,
Hufflepuff?
man. No.
All right. The final house ghost, the Grey Lady from Ravenclaw. We really don't know a whole lot about her. We don't really see her that much in the books. But, Jamie, maybe you know something about this. There are various Grey Lady ghost stories that exist in London. Is that true?
I have heard a few, yeah. Lady Jane Grey was the great-granddaughter of Henry VII, and she reigned as queen, but she was actually uncrowned, and she only reigned for 9 days, which is, absolutely nothing. And then I think she was beheaded at the Tower of London. So, yeah, that's why her ghost is reported to haunt it. But she is supposed to haunt other castles as well in different places, haunted places. So, is there anything there? Like, maybe the Grey Lady was only at Hogwarts for 9 days, and then she got killed.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe. Yeah.
Bit unlikely.
And then Dumbledore
but maybe.
felt bad for her, so she was like, "Come be a house ghost."
Yeah.
And then...
Well, don't worry.
What about Professor Binns? How did he?
Well, can we stay on top of Grey Lady first?
Yeah, Ben.
Then...
Yeah, Ben.
Not literally. I mean, yeah.
We just fall through and hit the ground.
So it's possible that Jo took the name from there.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Yeah, that's.
Well, there's really no doubt behind that.
And that would probably be the most reasonable explanation.
Yeah, but she's a very mysterious ghost. I think we hear once that she was floating by or something like that, but we don't hear anything about her. Perhaps we'll find out something new in Book 7.
I think she's in Half-Blood Prince, if I remember. They said some ghost went by as Harry was talking to Hagrid about overhearing the conversation between Snape and Dumbledore.
Oh.
She seems to be around at kind of interesting times because they said in the movie for Chamber of Secrets, and I don't know if this was in the books too, it was a scene that was cut out where it's the first time that Harry goes to open Tom Riddle's diary.
Yeah.
And he tells the Grey Lady to get lost.
No, he doesn't, does he? Really?
It's a deleted scene.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's a deleted scene, I see. Sorry.
But, I don't know.
Why would they cut that? I mean, what was in replace of it? Just without the Grey Lady going behind her?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think Jo could have any involvement in that, or they just realized maybe it served no purpose?
Oh, she could have had, yeah, if it's like...
She could have, but, I mean...
How do we know it's the Grey Lady?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it was another cut they were...
So going back to Peeves, why do you guys think he's allowed to stay at Hogwarts? Why does Dumbledore let him?
I think that's just Dumbledore's
I
soft
think
spot in his
Dumbledore is
heart.
kind of amused by him, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think there's some other reason. I don't know why, but there's some other reason.
Kicking him out would just be mean, and that's not like Dumbledore.
But he's also a poltergeist. He's not an actual ghost.
What's the difference?
One's me.
Poltergeists were never alive.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, poltergeists they're pure energy. That's what they are. Poltergeists are actually considered to be real things, not like the ones you see in the movies, but especially like young teenagers, like 13 and 14-year-old girls exhibit so much electrical energy that they can actually make stuff fall over when they're really angry. And that's considered a poltergeist.
Let's see.
So it's kind of a manifestation of a residence, I think.
Noisy ghosts.
It's a jerk.
Poltergeists are invisible masses of spirit energy that may or may not be connected to a living human agent. Some of the most common poltergeist activities include loud, unexplained noise, levitations, the moving of objects, and electrical problems. It's from Google.
Okay, so there's no stopping Peeves, so it's not like Dumbledore can be mad at him for doing what he's doing.
I'm sure that Dumbledore could get him out if he wanted to, though. There's no way he couldn't find a way, Well, he couldn't now.
I think Peeves probably came with Hogwarts. Kind of like the way house elves come with houses.
Could be.
I don't know.
So, no, I was going to say, Laura, that can't be right because Hogwarts predates Nearly Headless Nick, so the ghosts of the thing obviously came afterwards.
But poltergeists aren't ghosts of people.
Yeah,
I know,
But
No. The definition you
just,
read said that it can be connected to a person, meaning it can be caused by a person.
But
not that it's
right. But it's the same thing.
Spirit.
It means noisy ghost.
No, it's not.
All right, wrapping up the ghost discussion, Professor Binns, he didn't even notice that he was dead. He just got up from
he
teaching
must have
one
realized
day
when he tried to sort of
kept on teaching.
Put a sausage roll in his mouth and it just fell down and hit the ground. You know, he must know he's dead now. He'd have to be gormless, very gormless.
Maybe not.
Doesn't.
So he just fell asleep by the fireplace? Isn't that what happened?
And died and then got
Yeah.
up, so he must have had unfinished business as well. But, you know, it's to impart knowledge of goblins into the minds of young, eager students.
Old age, I think. I don't think it was terribly specific.
No.
He fell into it.
Yeah.
And this question, it's kind of far out there, but he taught Tom Riddle. Do you think he can provide any useful information for Harry?
I think that's what Slughorn was for.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what's left?
I mean, well, he could tell Harry about Tom Riddle. Is that the question
I
you were
don't
just
think
asking
so,
about?
though, because you see he doesn't pay that much attention to the students anyway.
Doesn't matter.
He keeps calling Harry Mr. Perkins or something.
Laura,
he doesn't even call him by his last name.
Yeah, but he knows a lot about the Chamber of Secrets, so if he knows about that, he clearly knows stuff about Hogwarts, folklore, legend and stuff. Although, of course, he said it didn't exist, which was incorrect. Wrong.
I mean, and plus, it was a really long time ago that he taught Tom, so he could possibly, I don't know, like you would know something about your students. Like, he's got to know about Harry after teaching him. He's got to gather some information about him. Like, maybe he knows a weakness or something. I don't know. You never know. There could be a whole backstory to it.
Maybe. I just think that the purpose that Slughorn served was to provide insight on Tom Riddle as a student at Hogwarts. I think that's already been taken care of.
Agreed.
Yep. All right, so that concludes our discussion on some ghosts, Hogwarts. Was it spooky? Before we get to our little Halloween debate, first we have a rebuttal from Mark of Northern Ireland, age 29. He writes, with regard to the idea that Ron may have suffered lasting effects as a result of his attack by Brain, you should remember the quote by Dumbledore, where Dumbledore does say, "Well, Harry," said Dumbledore, finally turning away from the baby bird, "you'll be pleased to hear that none of your fellow students are going to suffer lasting damage from the night's events." End quote. Dumbledore made it clear to Harry that none of his friends, which would include Ron, will suffer no lasting damage, although JKR briefly reminds us about the lingering scars on Ron's arm in Half-Blood Prince. In the chapter Hermione's Helping Hand, there is a passage that reads, "You could still see the marks where that evil woman made you write with your own blood, but you stuck to your own story anyway," she says to Harry. And then Ron says, "You could still see where those brains got hold of me in the Ministry of Magic." "Look," said Ron, shaking back his sleeves. "And it doesn't hurt that you've grown about a foot over the summer either," Hermione finished. Oh, Hermione, you're so funny. So, what do you guys think? I mean, this is interesting because, on the one hand, Dumbledore's saying that there's no lasting damage. But what is he talking about? Physically or mentally?
Exactly. I think that Dumbledore would think that, physical damage is absolutely nothing. The complete opposite of what Voldemort would think, who would think that physical damage is terrible. I think Dumbledore would always consider there's no lasting mental damage, but he might have a few scars, which is nothing to what Dumbledore would,
Right. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I think it could go either way, honestly.
Yeah. Moving on to our debate now. Today's debate topic is trick-or-treating is a morally vapid, delinquent activity that exploits the fear of human beings into giving material gifts. Jamie and I are affirming, and Micah and Laura are denying, and Ben will make his decision at the end. Jamie, got 2 minutes? Go.
Okay, while trick-or-treating is extremely, important to children and they think it's quite a bit of fun, it really is very, very morally vapid. And, it's a delinquent activity because people think that dressing up in costumes is fun, it's scary, but they don't realise the implications of what they're doing. You just imagine you're 85 years old, sitting at home, and somebody knocks on your door. You think it's got to be a visitor, because at that age you've lived in a different generation, and you think that everyone, is being nice. When you open the door, you don't realise that it's a joking child, stuff like that. You see a person with a knife, and automatically you think, well, this could be very bad. It's dangerous. All bad things can happen. The only good thing that can come out of it is free candy, and things that are free aren't really free. So when that child takes that free bit of candy, he thinks, he thinks it's free, but really it could have cost a dear, dear old person their, enjoyment
Dignity.
for that evening. It could, their dignity. It could have hurt them, mentally, to open the door and see somebody there. Also, getting things for free.
Andrew.
Okay, go on, Andrew.
Not only that, you will be footing a bill for getting those cavities taken out of your teeth because you eat so much candy that night that you won't have teeth. Not only that, I agree with Jamie, it is dangerous. My TV tech teacher told me a story once where his friend would put staples into the candy and give it to kids.
Loads of children have died.
And these kids would eat it and then hurt themselves really bad because you're chewing on staples. No, wait, were they staples or were they nail? Oh no, they were thumbtacks inside the candy, and it's just terrible. It's very dangerous. You never know what's going into your candy.
Yep. Also, things that are free aren't automatically good. You shouldn't get things free nowadays. You should buy your candy. You should work hard, manual labor, get money, buy your candy. That's the way the world goes round. Go.
Okay, that concludes the the affirmative. Laura and Micah,
we won.
Tell me, why is trick-or-treating not morally vapid?
Well, I think first of all, if you want to say that it's bad to get things for free, then you need to get rid of Christmas, not Halloween. And like any other holiday, it's just something for people to look forward to. It's Joe's favorite holiday. I don't think she'd endorse something that was morally vapid. It's a celebration passed down, which originally was created to honor the dead, which, isn't a bad thing. And saying that Halloween causes delinquency is like saying that Harry Potter causes Satanism, so you're wrong.
Micah?
I mean, Halloween brings about a sense of community, too. You're going around and, interacting with your neighbors and, if you're getting something free out of it, I don't see how that's wrong. And dressing up.
I don't know about you, Andrew, but my parents always checked my candy to make sure that no one put anything in it. Maybe.
And honestly,
maybe no one did that for you.
Is it open now?
That's sort of morally
no,
vapid on the sense of the person providing the candy, not the kids going out and trick or treating.
Exactly.
Okay. You say, Laura, you say that sorry, Micah, you said that it encourages community.
Because I sound like Laura.
How does it encourage community? I have never ever seen dressing up as scary figures encouraging, friendship and stuff like that. Laura, you said.
Well, Jamie, you wouldn't know. You've never gone trick-or-treating.
Laura, trick-or-treating teaches
second
people
Jamie's
to
notion.
interrupt.
I'm an experienced trick-or-treater.
Yeah, and there you go, see. And also, you said that the proper holiday was, brought down from All Hallows Eve, celebrating the dead. I fail to see how going out, engaging in juvenile, delinquent, and immature activity encourages
people are going to participate in delinquent activity whether there's Halloween or not.
No, it's they should be at home reading a book. They should be, I don't see how it increases. It just teaches people that they can get things for free by scaring people.
So does Christmas and
does.
Easter and every other holiday.
It's all commercialized.
It's the season of giving.
Yeah.
This is not the season of giving. We're not there yet.
They should be...
Jamie, just because you got egged and toilet papered as a kid doesn't mean that you have to hate Halloween.
Okay, I got one word for you all. In the words of Steve Irwin, danger! It's dangerous. Yeah. It's very dangerous.
All the bad things that can happen do not outweigh the... do outweigh all the good things that could happen. It's just, there are so many things that could go wrong with it. The parents are letting children, and it's normally children, of course, who go trick-or-treating, they are letting them out of their sight. When in today's world, you don't know who's
they
out
walk
there.
Around with them. What are you talking about?
They could knock on somebody's door, a very dangerous door, and open it, and they could be a very... but
that's not the responsibility of the holiday. That's the responsibility of the parent.
Oh, yes, Laura, you're absolutely right. They can go trick-or-treating, get taken in by a paedophile, and all bad things can happen, but it's fine, because All Hallows Eve celebrates the dead. Is it right to encourage it and increase it by it's just dangerous. It is a dangerous activity. Everyone will still have fun without it. Children, there are other ways to have fun than going out on your own or with parents, because some people do it on their own and knocking on doors and getting free candy.
It's one day out of the year, though.
There are economic reasons, educational reasons, social reasons.
What are the economic reasons, Jamie? What are the economic reasons?
I'm sure
the people should be taught the
Nestle
value
and all those
of money, Laura.
don't have any problem with the economic
You
reasons.
cannot get things free by scaring people. That is not what you should be taught when you're young.
You don't scare people. People open up the door and gush about how cute the little kids are in front
because
of them.
people dressed as Grim Reapers with blood poured down them. Oh, lovely. I think they're cute.
Okay, Andrew, Laura, and Micah, you have 1 minute to tell me why you should win.
I think that, it's just, there's no question to it. It's a holiday that creates community. If you want to, say get rid of Halloween, then you have to say get rid of Christmas, because there are tons of dangers that can come with Christmas. I mean, come on, you've got a fat guy coming down your chimney.
If that's not a pedophile, I don't know what is.
Anything else?
It's a good argument so far.
And it's a holiday. You're not getting rid of it. You're not going to change it no matter what happens.
And like I said, you can't say that Halloween causes people to run out and be delinquents. People are delinquents every day.
Okay, can we go now?
Just saying, it's just an excuse.
5 seconds.
It's been about 5 minutes.
2, 1. Okay, Andrew and Jamie, why?
Laura, you have changed this completely, saying that we should get rid of the holiday. We shouldn't get rid of the holiday. The holiday is a celebration of the dead. People should use Halloween to remember loved ones past, not go around. When you think of Halloween, you think of trick-or-treating, you think of getting material gain. Material gain is a bad thing, okay?
Yeah.
But we should be celebrating our dead. Go to, remember.
No, you guys can't interrupt. You guys can't interrupt.
Yeah.
Shut up. You can't interrupt. They didn't interrupt you, so shut up.
It is important to remember the true meaning of holidays. Christmas, birth of Jesus Christ. Halloween, remembering the dead. We shouldn't commercialize things. Yes, we have commercialized all these holidays. We shouldn't do it, though. Halloween, we should go back to its roots. Remember the dead. Trick-or-treating is dangerous. It can be very dangerous. It teaches people the wrong things. It encourages them to egg houses. That is not good in today's world. You can't go around doing that. But it teaches them that it's fine because it's a joke. But it's not a joke. They then think it's fine to do it. They do it at other times. It turns into bricks. They cause complete stuff, bad things to property. It is not a good idea.
That's it.
Hey, I have one last thing.
Exactly.
It's not trick or treat. It's trick or die.
I agree.
Something that was funny about that entire time was the only input Andrew added was yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That was an awesome ending, Andrew. I like that.
Okay,
Thanks.
I'm going to have to vote with Andrew and Jamie. And here's why.
Yeah.
Here's why. It's because...
Here's why. Because Ben
no.
has a pattern of not voting for the team that Laura's on. I've noticed this.
No, not true. Not true. I debated against you and beat you once. Anyways... No, here's why. Laura and Micah were focusing on saying, well, the holiday's not going to be eliminated anyways, and it creates community. But when you look to what we were debating over, is that trick-or-treating is a morally vapid, delinquent activity that exploits the fear of human beings into giving material gifts. And that's what Andrew and Jamie focus on. They focus on the fact that it's promoting what tangible gifts, what tangible things you get out of the holiday, rather than focusing on the true meaning of Halloween. And you guys, Laura and Micah brought up, well, Christmas. What about Christmas? That encourages it too. Well, Jamie and Andrew weren't saying that Christmas was okay. They were saying that it's all bad. That's all bad, and that you guys never actually denied the fact that it's encouraging kids, like one night out of the year, to go out and egg people's houses and toilet paper them. So, yep.
Actually, we did, Ben.
Huh?
That was our big thing, was saying Halloween doesn't cause delinquency.
Yes, it does.
People are delinquents every day.
No, they are, but that's one night where it's like everyone goes out and does it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They are every day, but
people would do that.
Them.
People do that at Christmas too.
No,
people
they
do
don't.
That on holiday.
Not nearly
yes,
as
they
much.
do.
Not nearly as much.
No, nobody causes trouble on
Yeah,
Christmas.
who goes out and eggs houses on Christmas?
Please.
I've never heard of that, to be honest with you.
But Laura, yes,
Because
it
she made
doesn't.
it up.
People use excuses. No, I didn't.
All right, well, we'll see what the listeners think. Popular.
Your vote.
How about we just let the... No, we'll do the same debate rules. While we're doing some outrageous discussion topics here, we have a chicken soup for everyone that's pretty funny, and I thought we could read it this week. It comes from Paige, 18 of Massachusetts. She writes, "The other day I was riding the bus to Harvard Square while listening to MuggleCast, and at one of the stops, about 97 high schoolers got on the already fairly full bus. Each time we went around a curve in the road or around a corner, we were so weighed down that the bottom of the bus would scrape ominously on the road, and we would tilt to one side. For the first couple of minutes, I was terrified that I was going to die. Then I realized it would not have been so bad to die at that moment because I was listening to MuggleCast. Needless to say, I did not die. However, thank you for alleviating my fear of dying." Wow.
That is
wow.
bullshit.
You guys didn't think that was funny? That was funny. I burst out laughing.
Ben is right. These people just make it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have a rebuttal now from, I guess it's a lady named who must not be named, 18 of absolutely nowhere. She writes, "Dear MuggleCast, I've been wondering how on earth you are supposed to pronounce Osseo. My friends have several theories on how it's pronounced, but I figured I'd have the experts argue about it. So far, I've heard about 3 different ways, but I was wondering what you guys think. Is it Accio, or maybe Osseo? I personally think it is Accio because the word accept also begins with ACC and is pronounced accept. However, no theories are safe from you, so I'll let you handle that." I actually went on Scholastic.com and used their cool pronunciation
It's
guide.
Hagrid, too.
Yeah.
You say Hagrid?
Elastor.
Rubeus.
I don't know, but what do you guys think of this?
Hey, Ben, shh.
I think it's
yeah.
Osseo.
You know who I mean.
But you know in the
Voldemort.
movie they say Accio.
Yeah, I say that.
Do
I
they?
say Accio.
Yeah, they say
but
Accio
the real-
in the movie. I think it's
according
Osseo,
to-
though.
It
I
is.
heard
You can't try.
Jeff
That's-
Yeon
that's-
from HPNA called it Accio.
I
don't think that's right, but...
I think that's a little off.
Well,
yeah.
how did you say it, Andrew? How did you used to say it?
Osseo.
No.
I probably used to say Accio.
I say Accio.
You can't trust the
Osseo?
Scholastic pronunciation guy because that woman is so softly spoken, isn't she, Ben? It's ridiculous.
I know.
She
Yeah.
can't get more softly
Rubeus.
spoken. Yeah, no.
Rubeus.
Oh, wait, and she says Canutes as well. So anything she says is automatically wrong.
Jeez.
I think you should do it from now on, Jamie.
No way.
Apply for the job.
Now, Micah,
Micah.
Halloween is coming up, and you did make a little promise a few weeks ago, and now today is Halloween, and we're recording, so everyone knows, on Sunday. So even if it's true, we didn't know. So don't be like, if Micah was right, don't be like, well, you got to release the show on the day it was announced, though. No, this is being recorded on Sunday.
And he's been predicting this
Micah,
for
are you
weeks.
Yeah. Are you still sticking with your prediction?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the prediction that on Tuesday, she will reveal the title of Book 7.
And what if you're wrong?
Yeah. We need to make a little bet here.
Well, we can make a bet. You guys have
What do you
to
think,
come up
Ben?
with the alternative.
What do you think, Ben?
Like her bet? His bet, I mean?
Yeah.
I think he should have to do the news like a chipmunk.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was it. Yeah.
I like that.
That's
All right.
Watch
You'll do it,
out.
Micah?
The
'Cause
whole
here we
news or
come.
part of the news?
The whole
Been
news.
a while, so we're back in style. So get
Yeah.
set
That's fine.
to have some fun.
All right.
I'll accept that.
All right.
Are you that confident it's going to happen?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Now we have a Laura Mallory update for everyone because you might remember that we tried calling her twice 2 weeks ago and the show before that. And a guy named Peter wrote into us. He said he too tried to call her, and he had better results than we did. And he writes, I decided to call Laura Mallory, and she picked up. She said that the press has distorted a lot of her story and that she has read most of the books. I said stuff like Harry Potter shows good over evil, but she said you have to fight evil with evil.
Good argument.
She said she
Good
has
argument.
heard. She said she has heard of MuggleCast, but she doesn't listen to it. Well, no kidding. She said she doesn't have time to talk to you MuggleCasters, though.
Oh, really? Let's call her
she's
up.
very busy.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's very busy doing a whole lot of
Complaining,
hating right now.
complaining, and hating. Yeah.
Watching Desperate Housewives right now. She said she doesn't answer her
That
phone
is-
much either.
yeah.
Also,
her phone is clearly an indication of evil as well. Oh, it's terrible. You know, Satan lives
Also,
in her
she's-
phone. You know. Oh, I understand.
she talked about kids doing witchcraft and how it's real and
Trick or
stuff. We
treat,
talked
trick
for
or
a little,
treat,
and I
trick or
kept
treat.
talking about things she said on the show. I then said if she had time to talk at all these meetings, how come she doesn't have time to talk to you guys? She then said that she had to go. She was just
Hey.
avoiding my questions, though. She said it was a blessing that I was talking to her, and maybe we'll wake up and see the truth about witchcraft and Harry Potter. Bo snap. I was just going to say that she cannot let her kids read it and not stop the whole state, but she had already hung up. Maybe you guys should try calling again and see what happens. And then he gave us the number that he used, and we did use that number. Moving on. Who caught the latest episode of Gilmore Girls?
Not me.
No one? The only one who watches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You watch Gilmore Girls?
Yes, of course, Laura. No, I wasn't really watching them. We got a lot of emails the other day because the latest episode of Gilmore Girls, which I'm sorry is the stupidest show I've ever seen.
Yeah, you watch it every
I had
time.
to download it to get the sound clip. On the latest episode, they had a huge pickle reference because they kept referring to some sort of illegal substance as as pickles to a code name. So
They bought it from us, right?
It went like this.
Hey, Rory. Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, Stars Hollow smells like pickles.
Pickles?
Pickles.
Pickles?
Pickles.
Why?
Because a pickle train crashed.
Is this a joke? Is this a long, boring joke that I'm not going to get?
No, it's no joke. The town smells like pickles because a pickle train was derailed.
A train full of pickles? Who knew there was such a thing?
Well, pickle train conductors, for one. Sounds so fun. I would have been the greatest pickle train conductor. Can you see me? All aboard, you pickles.
Clearly you missed your calling.
Well, luckily there's you. You're young, you're clever, you're our great pickle train conducting.
I can't believe I'm missing this.
Well, you can celebrate next year on the anniversary. Now, what's going on with you?
So there you go. You know, I hear that the producer of Gilmore Girls actually listens to MuggleCast, and that's how.
Probably.
I heard that too, actually.
Had the idea. Because how many listeners are we up to now?
4 million?
25 million?
No, it's a bit less. It's like 20 or something. But
yeah, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But
Sweden dropped out. You know. They banned it, so we went down 5 million that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to wrap things up today, we have a British joke of the day.
I have a couple of Halloween ones and then a normal one today.
Hold on, is this a British joke or is this an English joke?
Oh yeah, it could just be.
I guess we got as a
No,
an
because
English joke.
I think I'm talking for Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland as well, so I think it's a British joke.
Okay.
Okay, first one. Which building in New York does Dracula visit? The Vampire State Building.
Figured it had something to do with Empire.
Okay. Okay, one sec. Okay. Who was the most famous French skeleton?
I don't know.
Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, this is good. What happens when the popular ghost gets lost in the fog? He is missed.
What?
This is brilliant.
Way to laugh, everyone.
Yeah,
way to act like you were interested rather than
How
pissed.
did the ghost go on holiday? This is terrible, I must admit. By scare plane.
I don't know. Just dumb.
It is atrocious. Okay. Why don't skeletons go to parties? Because they have no body to go with. Okay, and now away from the Halloween theme, this is a joke I made up.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Oh.
I did, I swear I did. I swear I did. Two kettles are arguing, okay? Okay.
How do you come up with this? Okay.
Two kettles are arguing. They keep swearing at each other and shouting, and one of them suddenly says, "Why are we arguing?" And the other one says, "Oh, we're just letting off some steam."
Yeah, that wasn't bad, actually. Those were pun-believable.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go.
So, has your house ever been toilet papered or egged, Jamie? Is that why you're so...
No, but I've only lived here in this house in Durham for about 4 weeks.
No, what about at home, though? Is your
Oh, no, it hasn't.
home?
No, it hasn't. Oh, we once had a plant pot thrown at the front door.
On Halloween, or just
No,
some
just
random day?
just normally, I think. Actually, I don't think it had anything to do with Halloween.
Oh, so you're saying there's delinquent activity on days other than Halloween?
Exactly. But Halloween encourages it, which is terrible, Micah.
Well, we'll let the listeners
Once
know.
someone took a baseball bat to my mailbox. like they completely... Like, they seriously just completely knocked it right off the post.
That's not very nice.
We want to remind everyone that the MuggleCast mix #1 was actually released on the feed earlier this week, and for that reason, we got like a third of the regular downloads that we do on episode 60 because nobody got their latest show. So if you think if anyone's confused and didn't get episode 60, it is there. You just have to check your feed for older episodes other than the most recent one. So to contact us, the P.O. Box, Ben, is located at
P.O. Box 223, Moundridge, Kansas 67107.
But don't send anything valuable in case his mailbox gets baseball batted again.
Yeah. Again.
We are going to get back to voicemails probably next week. If you have a voicemail question that you want us to answer on the show, remember to keep it under 30 seconds and try to eliminate as much background noise as possible. Then call in the United States 1-218-20-MAGIC. If you're in the United Kingdom, you can dial 020-8144-0677. If you're in Australia, you can call 02-8003-5668. You can also Skype the username MuggleCast. And you can also email us using MuggleCast@staff.MuggleNet.com, or just use the handy feedback form right there at MuggleCast.com. Once again, I'm Andrew Sims.
I'm Ben Shane.
I'm Jamie Lawrence.
I'm Laura Thompson.
And I'm Mike McKenna.
We'll see you next week for episode 62 of MuggleCast. Oh, and email us, let us know what you thought of the opening of the show. Let us know if you liked it or not.
And
okay,
cool
peace out.
Halloween.
And remember, be safe.
Don't go trick-or-treating.
Check your candy, kids.
Don't be morally vapid.
I just don't think about it.
No, if the story development is good, then the movie is probably going to be good.
Do you mean like if, say, in movie 1, Harry's 10, and then in movie 3, he's 85? The character development wouldn't be true to life.
I'm saying, for instance,
he's got a beard. I'd love to have a beard. No, actually, I wouldn't.
Well, then grow one.
You can't.
Laura, are you joking? I could not shave for a year and a half and look like a baby. Actually, that's untrue. That is untrue. I'm just starting to get stubble on my neck now. That is a serious step. It's
my God.
It's like
you're 19 and you're just starting to get that.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
How would you know, Laura?
Because most
Laura,
guys
do you not have stubble on your neck yet?
Laura, when did you first start shaving? Was it
You can't do that.
No, most. Okay, most
Can
guys.
you wax your face, Laura? Instead of shaving.
I don't need to wax my face.
I don't mean you. I mean men. Can we, instead of shaving, can you wax your face?
Yeah, you can get your face waxed.
No, I mean, can you buy like strips
no,
and just put it on your face and then rip them off? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can.
Really? Well, there you go. It's sorted then.
You think you've got the stuff? Telling me and anyone it's hard enough. Don't have to
Andrew,
put up a fight. What?
Guess how many times I've listened to The Saints Are Coming in my iTunes?
Always be right. Let me look at mine first.
Okay.
Let me take some of the punches for you tonight. Listen to me now. Hold on. To let you know. 69 for me. How many times for you?
97.
Oh my God.
We should sing that song on here.
Look at me, and it's you and I to pick up the phone. Sometimes you can't make it on your own.
I love the variation in your voice, how you go from like really bad opera singer to somewhat yeah,
all
beautiful.
The time. Can we make like a contest?
What? Who can be meanest?
No. I think it would be funny if you took a video of yourself drop kicking a pumpkin and watching it explode.
Would you also
It could be like a contest prize or something. You get to see it or something. You should seriously film it, and then we'll put it on YouTube.
Would you also like a video of me being carted off to the police station as well, Andrew? For
why? Because you broke your foot from drop kicking a pumpkin.
Yes, because
you get arrested in Britain for breaking pumpkins.
Yes, Andrew. Because when you break your foot, you get taken to the police station, not the hospital.
I was going to say
hospital. No, seriously, why would you get in trouble for drop kicking a pumpkin?
Because it's a breach of the peace. Okay, let me do a bit of history here. Okay,
what?
Let me do a bit of history. Okay,
no, we don't care for your British history.
No, seriously, I want to hear this.
It's clearly
interesting.
flawed.
This is interesting. Okay, there is everything in England is to do with the Queen, basically. Okay, there is a thing called the Queen's Peace. Okay, the Queen's Peace is, being nice to everyone. There's no war going on. There's no trouble in the streets. Okay, there is a crime. It isn't actually on the record books as a crime. Okay, but there's a thing called breach of the peace, which is a breach of the Queen's peace, and you can be arrested for this thing, breach of the peace. So if you're caught brawling in the streets, or if you're caught throwing stuff or shouting at someone, you're in violation of a breach of the peace. So I can get arrested for that, or I can get arrested for harassment, all manner of things. You can get arrested
harassing
for
a pumpkin.
Yes. Yeah, they're very they're very sensitive, very, very sensitive pumpkins.
Would you get arrested for belting out "Proud to be an American" in the streets?
No, I wouldn't. But that's a good idea. I'll try it. And
Jamie,
if you
actually,
don't hear from me for a few weeks,
someone emailed in saying that you don't know your own Britishness because, you said there is no such thing as a British accent; it's an English accent, and that you should have corrected us long ago for saying British accent.
Yeah, it's true. Of course.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What? How is there no such thing as a British? What?
Because apparently it's an English accent.
It's like calling it an American accent. It's all dialects, It's like
it's like people say you have a Jersey accent.
Yeah, no, it's like
and that's not a real accent.
I don't have an accent. If you came here, okay, fine. But if you came here and said to somebody what type of accent you have, they'd say I didn't have one. I've just got a normal English.
That's because it's like Cockney and.
Yeah, very good, Benjamin. Very good. There is Cockney. There's a Cockney, sort of Birmingham, Welsh accents, Scottish accents, Northern accents, Geordie accents, all types of accents. It's just like America.
But Jamie, I'm curious though. Wouldn't the Queen be proud of you for teaching these kids a life lesson by stealing their pins?
Yes, she would. And if she isn't, I'll go down to the Buckingham Palace and drop kick her. Yeah. She can land right in the River Thames and swim back and see how she likes it. Not that I've been dropped in the River Thames.
I thought it was the River Thames. I called it Thames.
Yeah, everyone calls it the Thames Festival. But
I wouldn't.
Well, Andrew, you probably call it the Thames. The Thames.
No, Ben.
No, actually, I thought it was Thames too.
Famous.
Okay. All right. So, what else is there to talk about?
But yeah, Micah, the Queen would be in serious trouble if she didn't approve. Actually, should I say that? Yeah, go on then. Yeah. You can put that in.
Do you think the Queen listens?
Oh, she does.
Am I the only one?
The Royal Podcast.
Am I the only one?
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.